Hi there. In this video I'm going to assemble, sorry about that, I'm extremely tired, honestly. Again, I'm going to assemble Jesus, I'm not even going to cut this out of the video. This is a man that has been working in the last few months a lot. Much too much. Anyway, so I'm going to be assembling this BISSA shoe cabinet from IKEA in the white variant. It seems it comes in more than one. Didn't even have a clue, but the white dot means obviously it's white. So let's open up this box. And we are inside the box, and I think I opened it up face down. Anyway, let's throw away the packaging from in here. And I'm used to assembling stuff on the shipping material on the cardboard because the floors are not clean yet. Work area. Anyway, so I don't want to scratch anything, and this is what IKEA also recommends, that you do it on a carpet or something, but I don't have carpets yet, so cardboard is good enough. If I could find where the instructions actually start. Carpet. This is what you need: flathead, Phillips, hammer, and a level. And it seems one person is more than enough to do the job, and you will need to also attach it to the wall when we are finished. This is what is in this thing right here. It's quite a small bag compared to other bigger IKEA products, so this might even be fun in the end. Now we have these longer elements right here, which are these two, and we need to install 3 standoffs into each of them, and 4 standoffs into what presumably will be the top, which is either this one or no, I don't think, no, I think these are actually the doors. I think these two are the doors, and this one will be the top. Yes, we have the holes for the stands. This will be doors, so they have other types of holes which will mate with those plastics in a way or another. So let me get this thing out and start installing this. The stands are installed, as you can see, and I started the next step. I'm hammering these things down. You can see one of the sides has some ribs on it into these holes, but honestly hammer is almost not necessary because it kind of goes all the way by itself. And then we have 4 screws. Young daughter here to help me, and we will consume all 4 screws for this. We also consumed all of this, so this is getting smaller. Don't be intimidated. I need to tighten this, and then we will go to the next pages. Next step, I installed some of these wooden dowels into these 3 elements, like we see in these steps right here. And you might be wondering, okay, there are 2 holes at the end, how I decided into which one of them? Well, the one of them that doesn't have this hole here, because this hole here is used by these things to latch onto this. So we cannot use that for wooden dowels. This is for wooden dowels. And 2 of the elements have all sides directly into wood particles. Sorry for that. And one of them is actually covered. The one that is covered is the one that will be going here. So it will be at the bottom in the front, and it will presumably actually be seen. So the ones at the back will be going in something like this. Wooden dowel in that hole and the connecting element in the other one, and you simply push it in place. Same for this one. Let's get to installing it. Come on. Okay. And for the front one, you want this nice part to be visible on the top, so in here. So we rotate it like this. On the bottom this will be seen, and actually it will not be seen because it's on the bottom, obviously. And something like this. And now we need to use these elements which have an arrow on them. So when we insert them, the arrow is pointing downwards, and we will tighten them with a flat head until the arrow is pointing upwards to signal that it's pulling on this and everything is tight together. But I must go get a flathead screwdriver. We'll attempt to tighten it on video. In theory, this is all that you need to do, and it's tightened. Most of them actually go a bit harder than this, but you can see I'm actually lifting everything from it, so it is tightened. It just went a bit easier than expected. Presumably the next one will go a bit harder. Let me just try and do another one on video, just so you understand what we are dealing with. It has to do with the tolerances of the woodwork in here, so yeah. This was also easy. So in this case the tolerance are on the lower side, so everything goes a bit easier together. No issue whatsoever. And obviously the second I stop filming, one comes that is harder to rotate. So this one was harder to rotate. Anyway, now as they show us here, put the top, which is dead, on top of this one and use the same type of connecting elements to tighten everything together. Rotated this thing so it's laying on its top part. Put last 4 wooden dowels in this. Yes, we have a remaining one. I've seen that with wooden dowels sometimes IKEA puts one more, so I'm not sure. Maybe some people manage to break them somehow. Anyway, IKEA puts one more, so if you are left with one extra, don't worry about it. And now we will come with this on top of it, and then use again this type of connecting elements in these 4 holes, and everything should be put together. When installing wooden dowels in the plate, like I did now, be careful not to hammer them down too much. Normally they are installed in this part of the wood, but then this wouldn't stand up, so this is why they are installed here. At this point we are hammering the 4 feet in place, and as you can see I have a little helper in here. And another little helper right there. So a helper helping me, and a helper helping the helper. So let's hammer in the last one, and then we will continue to build the drawers. Installed the plastics in place. As you can see, the ones at the edge, we are installing them with these brackets on the inside, obviously, and the wider part at the top, because here the shoes will go in through. And we are using this type of screws to attach everything together. I have just one last screw to put in and I'm done, and I will go to the next step of using those big things at the end of it, which I think are actually these plus, where is it? This plus this will be installed in here. One of the wood parts is already in and attached with screws on both sides, this type of small screws. We will do the same with the other one. Where is it? Let's rotate it something like this. You just do your best to slide it between the 2 plastics, something like that, and then you put the screw in on both sides, and then probably we will put other smaller ones on the top right here and attach them with a screw right here and one right here. Drawers are finished, and we have a bit of a weird situation. We need to slide them through this side, so we will put the top one in first and then the bottom one. So let's see how this goes. presumably not really easy with one hand. Okay, not easy at all with one hand. I need to carry it over the plastics somehow without it bumping too much in here, and it does bump, so be back in a second. Excuse the dumb part of me. Obviously the top one you can put it right to here, and it needs to be under the plastics like that somehow, and then they are showing us that we need to use this plus presumably this to lock it in place, but I think they are showing this at the next stage. You can see that. So for the moment, let me put the other one in standby. For the bottom drawer, aligned the holes as you can see, and I'm tightening that thing in place to lock it, and that will provide the hinge. We have space here, we have space here, so we are where we should be. At this point, this thing is next to the wall, and thank you IKEA for cutting this. It works really well, even with bigger, I don't know how these things are called, onto the wall, but anyway, probably many people have them. So now we install these things right in the middle. Actually, wherever you want the dividers, you have three positions where you can install them. And IKEA, little helpers trying to come in through this door. IKEA tells you to use screws to stop them in the position that you want, but honestly I'm not decided yet, so I'm not going to use the screws yet. I will keep them. I will put them in the middle for the moment, and because I'm right above that electrical access panel in case I ever need to access it. As you can see, I limited myself to not touching it so I can remove the cover. I'm afraid to drill this one because wires will be going through here, so I will probably only drill this one or one right in the middle, and that should be it to attach this thing to the wall. Attached this thing to the wall. As you can see, my wife already using this thing, and I have access to the electrical panel from the bottom side if I ever need to, which is perfect, all that I wanted. And it's secured to the wall and doing its job, and even the top is monopolized by my wife. So that's about it. Hope this video helps somebody out there to make a decision if they want to buy this thing or not. In my opinion, it's doing exactly what it should be doing. It's quite simple, quite small, and okay. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.